Court for a game of 2-on-2. Me and Mike versus James and his boy Big Blue. We headed off to Kevin's house right after school, cause he got that new lifetime basketball hoop. We came ready to play. We came ready to win and bring the trophy home that day. Big Blue said, you ain't bringing home that W. How you gonna score when I'm standing here in front of you? I grabbed the ball and I passed it into Mike. Mike caught the pass, fake left and went right. He drove through the lane and he threw it off the glass. I couldn't believe my eyes, he was running so fast. Caught the pass in mid-air, then he threw that boy down. Nobody could believe it, James fell over on the ground. He started crying, put his hands on his head. Then Big Blue looked at me and Mike and he said, why is James crying? Cause he just got dunked on. I ain't even lying, yo, he just got dunked on. Yep, he was standing in the way, so I jumped up in the air and I dunked it on his face. Why is James crying? Cause he just got dunked on. I ain't even lying, yo, he just got dunked on. Yep, he was standing in the way, so I jumped up in the air and I dunked it on his face. James is mad, I could see it in his eyes. James never gets dunked on and James don't ever cry. He stood up, beat his fist on his chest, looked at me and Mike and ran his thumb across his neck. He grabbed the ball, squared up to the hoop, took a hard right step, and then he slipped in dog poop. Me and Mike started laughing, and he deserved it too. For the rest of the day, we called him Captain Poopy Shoes. Then the ball bounced right over to me. Big Blue was so big, I could barely even see. I took the ball and I threw it in the air, although I couldn't see a thing. I had a feeling Mike was there. He grabbed the ball and did an alley-oop dunk right on top of James. He made him look like a punk. Then James' girlfriend walked by. She stopped right there and looked me square in the eye. She said, why is James crying? Cause he just got dunked on. I ain't even lying, yo, he just got dunked on. Yep, he was standing in the way, so I jumped up in the air and I dunked it on his face. Why is James crying? Cause he just got dunked on. I ain't even lying, yo, he just got dunked on. Yep, he was standing in the way, so I jumped up in the air and I dunked it on his face. For the rest of the game, the lead went back and forth. It was all tied up when I checked the scoreboard. There was only 10 seconds left on the clock. James went in for a layup, but his shot got blocked. Why? And then I juked out Big Blue with the spin move. I was headed straight for the hoop. I looked at Mike, put my hand up in the air. James was standing in the way, but you know I didn't care. Mike threw a perfect pass and I jumped so high. I was way up in the sky, dog, it felt like I could fly. I grabbed the ball and I threw it down hard, right on top of James. I felt like a superstar. That's how me and Mike won the basketball game. We beat Big Blue and Big Bad James, cause me and Mike are the #1 team. And we heard James cry, yeah, we heard his mom scream. She said, why is James crying? Cause he just got dunked on. I ain't even lying, yo, he just got dunked on. Yep, he was standing in the way, so I jumped up in the air and I dunked it on his face. Why is James crying? Cause he just got dunked on. I ain't even lying, yo, he just got dunked on. Yep, he was standing in the way, so I jumped up in the air and I dunked it on his face. Oh! Yeah! You come up in here, you're gonna get dunked on.
And we welcome you to the Beebe Holiday Classic. I'm Connor Hudgens alongside Drake Toll, Austin Waiter for this special matchup. Day after Christmas, where your Vilonia Eagles taking on Quitman Bulldogs, guys. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Merry Christmas, everyone. The first one back from Christmas. I'm excited to see what the boys can do to build off of their first conference win, Drake.
Yeah, it's an early game. You're coming off of that food lull from yesterday. I think all of us included are feeling that for a little bit. Good for myself to be back here. But, Connor, as you said off the air, these guys would have been in, what, fourth period, fifth period right now?
And you'll hear Coach Pennell talk about it just a little bit later. But, yeah, he said they're going to be fourth, fifth period. They'd rather be here than in class, although you're out of school for holiday break. So, yeah, they're excited to play.
Yeah, absolutely. And the one thing I'm looking forward to seeing from the boys, even though they got the win in the last game, is just get off to a good start. We haven't seen them get off to a good start the last couple of games. You talk about their first quarter of their last game, they scored, 5, 6 points in that first quarter?
Yeah, 8 points, and Sylvan Hills had 12. That's the only quarter you lost, but –
but I mean, you don't want to play from behind from the get-go. We've seen that the last 4 or 5 games for them. I just want to see them come out and have a strong start.
Yeah, over the course of the last couple of months, I've gotten to keep up with the basketball program. Russ Pennell coming in and coaching this team from the Division I ranks and going to the NCAA tournament, now being in Vilonia. But sitting at 6-6 felt like the Sylvan Hills game. Watching that tape was a get-right game. And today against Quitman is a get-righter game. I asked local analyst Landon Toll what he thought, and he said, the boys are good, but they're not good enough. So for a Quitman team that has struggled to this point in the season, has a couple of key injuries, you can take advantage of that and continue the momentum you've built after Sylvan Hills. Coming off a 4-game losing streak, you trounced Sylvan Hills, which is a good program, and you did it off the back of Lane Turner, who will be big again today.
Yeah, 36 points from Lane Turner. You talk about key injuries for Quitman. Ryan Hobbs, former state champion for Bigelow in football, is out today. He's really their small forward, so look to see what they go through there. But, yeah, Lane Turner, incredible game Friday, 36 points, and shot the ball incredibly well. I mean, he had, I believe, 50% from the three-point line, had only 1 turnover, so, I mean, it's an incredible game from him. But you got to see what the surrounding cast can do. This Quitman team, losing record will show, but they played a good competition, so you'll see today what they can go through.
Yeah, I mean, they got some size on the inside. We know that. They like to shoot the three-point shot. A big thing I'm curious about, though, the pace of play for this Quitman team, not nearly really that fast of a team. I'm curious how Coach Pennell has the boys ready to play against that slow pace, whether he looks to speed them up or play along with that pace.
Yeah, I think your key number one is to get the ball in Lane Turner's hand and say run the floor. I mean, we mentioned the Sylvan Hills game. It's an NBA stat line, 12 for 21, over 30 points, scored 8 rebounds, a couple assists for him as well. If that kid is hot, get him the basketball early in this game, set the tone through your star player, and that star player seems to be Lane Turner right now.
Well, and what happened in that game, you played a lot slower pace against Sylvan Hills, and what happened is you were able to get Lane Turner on the block. He's not really a block type of player, but he was playing shorter competition, guys that aren't as tall as him, and you'll see a guy that's as tall as Lane Turner today in Gage Ballantyne, but you hope to see Lane Turner get on the block again, go from the block, because he had 20-plus points in the paint against Quitman, or against Sylvan Hills.
I mean, he had the most success offensively. I talked about that slow start. You saw it second quarter, rest of the game, they were going to him low post, going to the high post, and playing through him. Got some great looks from three for other guys. But, yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Connor. I think playing through the high post is the key for the Eagles offensively today.
Yeah, and that starts with Brody Jansky or a Cade Keller or an Ace Sowell off the bench. How do those guys feed their big men down low? And if Lane Turner is a guy who finds his way to the block, can the guards on the outside create enough space, set enough screens, and get their big men open down low? The key to that, good screens, good cuts.
Good cuts, and that's what Coach Pennell really has been preaching in practice. He's been like a preacher to the choir. It's like, look, let's go. Let's get this done. We got to circle. It's circle motion. It's the offense he runs. You've got to be able to screen, pass, cut, and fill hard in his offense. And the boys have really been working on that practice hard today. Early this morning, got up, and they're ready to play, I think. Let's switch gears. Talk a little bit about the girls today. They're playing Amarillo Paladuro in Duncanville at 4 o'clock. And don't know a lot about Amarillo Paladuro, but it's going to be a fun tournament there. Just a little word on that.
My sources are telling me it's the first time Vilonia has played a team from Amarillo. I don't know if I can confirm that, but Wader, I do believe that's the case.
I think so, and I'm glad I'm not the announcer for that game because that's a mouthful of a name to say the least. But no, for the girls, you hope to see get more healthy. Obviously, they're going to have Haven Buck back for that whole tournament. But I'm excited to see the girls. Simon talked to us in the last game about building the confidence back up and building the momentum back up. I hope you get to see that whenever the girls, and they have that whenever they go down to Dallas.
Yeah, hope they have a good run there. And I mean, Duncanville, the reigning champions of that tournament, their own tournament, so hopefully we can knock them off this year. But yeah, back to this ball game. Eagles really have to do a good job of getting the ball inside of Lane Turner, but spacing the floor to get the three-point shot going. Didn't shoot the ball very, very well against Sylvan Hills. Had a team three-point percentage of 35. That's not your normal. I mean, it's fine, but you'd like to see it up a little bit more because we're great shooters, Dawson.
Yeah, I mean, we have plenty of great shooters. We've seen it at points. Once they're able to get going, they're able to knock them down from pretty much anywhere, especially Brody Jansky from the corner. But I will say movement, setting up the offense is the key to get some of those looks. I know we talked about getting into the low post with Lane Turner, but I think it's very simple. You play through it and get some great looks for Brody Jansky and several other Eagles, and that can spread the floor out, Drake, and make this team even more dangerous.
And while there are a lot of senior contributors, that's one of the best parts of this team. It's the veteran experience. I'm looking at Cade Watkins and Mac Mannion, who both had good games against Sylvan Hills. If those two guys show up in the same way today, this is a 20-point win for Vilonia.
Yeah, Cade Watkins had 10 points. 10 points, all points in the paint. He really did well in the paint. Did a good job of getting little jumpers around the 8-foot mark, so he's a great job. Let's talk to Coach Pennell, see what he has to say about today's matchup. Coach, Merry Christmas first off, but I want to ask, how does this weird game time here? We're going to play. Coach, Merry Christmas first off, but I want to ask, how does this weird game time here? We're going to play at 11:30 tip-off. Is that going to play into the game at all today?
No, it shouldn't. I mean, they're up, about fifth period right now?
Yeah.
So they're awake, and they'd rather play basketball than sit in class. I mean, no offense to teachers or anyone at Vilonia High School. It's just a common thing with young kids. We got up early this morning. We came in and practiced a little bit. They had 3 great days off. I loved our energy this morning. Felt like they're ready to go. So we're looking forward to the tournament.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
A loyal supporter of Vilonia Athletics, Linda Marie's is located directly off Highway 64 West and offers hundreds of superior products under one roof. Your destination shopping spot for seasonal decor, boutique clothing items, and gifts from some of your favorite brands including Hobo, Willow Tree, Tyler Candle Company, and Aromatique. And don't miss our spacious fabric store covering all your quilting needs. Charlie's Corner offers a vast assortment of gear for the men in your life, offering everything from hunting boots to fine fragrances and everything in between. Charlie's Corner has something for everyone, including one of the largest selections of Hey Dudes in the South. Why leave Vilonia when you can find all the brands you love at Linda Marie's and Charlie's Corner? Go Eagles!
And we welcome you back here from Beebe High School for the Beebe Holiday Classic. Connor Hudgens, Drake Toll, Austin Wader here for the starting lineup. It's going to start out with Quitman, I believe. Brooks Black. First out of the chute, sophomore guard. Jackson Ivy, the 6'1 junior, is next. Jamari Lovely is going to get the start today, a former Vilonia player, guys. Owen Brantley, their point guard, senior leader. And last out, Cooper Cantrell. Josh Sensabaugh won the 2A district tournament last year for Maumelle Charter on Quitman's floor. Now the head coach of Quitman. Cade Watkins, first out of the chute for the Eagles, the junior forward. Harrison Lane, the master lock. Brody Jansky. Need to see him get a hot start today from three-point. Mac Mannion, the sophomore, getting the start. And the 36-point performance last game. Lane Turner, the last out. Guys, Mac Mannion getting the start today.
Yeah, I mentioned Mannion and Watkins both in the pregame show as younger pieces that are members of a senior-laden team, a lot of experience. To have them out there in a game like this, it shows the confidence Russ Pennell has in his young guys to step up and mesh with those seniors. I think today you're going to experiment with a lineup against Quitman who you feel confident against and say, could these two kids be starters long-term for the Eagles?
Absolutely, and I think that's one thing about Coach Pennell. He's mixed up this rotation a lot over the non-conference play and in the conference play. Getting another wrinkle of it today, Drake.
Yeah.
Tip. Lane Turner tips it back. Mannion going to let it go out of bounds. Should be Quitman basketball. And, guys, you have a guy like Mac Mannion who started Friday at Sylvan Hills. Cade Keller kind of battling a little flu. He's been under the weather a little bit. Hopefully he's back to his normal self.
Wouldn't be surprised if we see Keller off the bench today. Hope to see him at the very least. A plug-and-play guy defensively who gives you an instant spark.
Brantley, step back three off. Mac Mannion corrals the rebound.
That's about as close to an air ball as you can get. Now the Eagles offense with a big size advantage. See if they take advantage.
Turner going to fire from three. Got it to go. Lane Turner gets the scoring started for the Eagles.
Talked about that in the pregame. He was the hot hand last week, over 30 points, 4 shots falling from outside. Get it to him early, and it'll work out well.
Cantrell on the drive. Finger roll layup up no good. Rebound Cantrell after the scramble, blocked by Watkins.
Good hustle defensively by the Eagles there. Good job, Watkins, stepping up when the ball was loose there to step up defensively.
Cantrell, the 6'3 senior forward, trying to do a strong move in the post there, got blocked by Watkins. As Turner's three is an air ball.
What goes up must come down. They can't all go in. Lane Turner still the hot hand. You still have the green light, but that one was short by a good bit. Now defensively, Russ Pennell's got complete autonomy to go to a man here and stay in a man against Quitman. Again, the size and athleticism advantage is huge. You just have to be disciplined when you're in the man defense.
Absolutely, and you see Harrison Lane going against Owen Brantley. That tells you, number one, he's the one that facilitates the offense for Quitman.
Yep.
Harrison Lane, basically the guy that goes to guard the player, the Quitman's best guy. I mean, he guards everybody's best player. Black's pass to Lovelace. Off, and Harrison Lane pulls down the rebound. Had 8 rebounds last game, Drake.
Yeah, notice how Quitman is playing outside. They can't find a way to get inside the arc. That bodes well for the Eagles.
Jansky's three is up and good. That's a good sign. Brody Jansky has not been shooting the three ball as well as he would like to, but a three-pointer there.
Yeah, great shot for him. Good to get the confidence early, and Sam Jansky's got to like it down there in the crowd.
Missing Sam Jansky today. He's taking the day off since we have special guest Drake Toll with us. Cooper Cantrell on the drive, finger roll, no good. Jansky pulls it down and he's running the break. Jansky's pass to Lane. Mannion to Watkins in the middle of the Turner. Jansky on the drive, floater, no good. Pulled down by Jackson Ivey.
That's a spot where you want to get inside a bit more and try to get it up off the glass. The closer you get to the block right there, the better that shot gets.
Brantley's shot is blocked by Harrison Lane. Quitman will remain possession, but like you said, Drake, you really want to see Jansky use the glass, as the Pee Wee coaches say.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier, too, how Quitman was struggling to get the ball inside. That's why. The second they come inside the three-point line and try to get a shot up, they've had 2 shots already blocked.
We'll have a stoppage. Jackson Ivey had some jewelry on, I believe.
Yeah, that's a necklace. Got to take that off. That's illegal in all 50 states and the territory of Guam.
What about Puerto Rico?
They allow it there.
They
A little
allow
more
it.
rough and tumble.
Into the ballgame for Jackson Ivey is Zane Pierce, senior guard. Brantley's pass to Lovelace. He'll fire up a 3, and Lovelace cans it in.
Yeah, if those start falling for Quitman, that's about their only hope as long as the Eagles have this kind of lineup, the height and the length of this lineup on the floor.
Little 2-3 defense from the Quitman Bulldogs as Brantley bats it out of bounds. 6-3 ball game, 5:07 remaining in the first quarter.
Mentioned the 2 young guys, Watkins and Mannion. So far, they haven't been huge factors with the basketball in their hand, but they played a really strong role to help the seniors get open.
See Watkins there, powers up. Little contact. Cantrell will take it on the break.
I don't mind no whistle there. Let these 2 teams play. We're in a holiday tournament on December 26th. Let's see some grit.
Brantley setting up the offense. Looks to drive. Cantrell drives in. Dumps it off to Lovelace, and Lovelace puts it up and in.
Yeah, that's something new for Quitman. You've seen they've struggled to have guards crash down. Whenever they're able to get the ball inside, you see very often they're still spread out. Lovelace in great position right there. Now it's a 1-point ball game.
Eagles working around the perimeter. Jansky looking to drive. Dumps it off to Turner. Turner finished it.
Yeah, good job by Lane Turner there making the catch. Jansky, you saw, kind of hesitated on it, but a good job feeling the defense. Easy pass to Lane Turner for the finish.
I don't think there's a possession where I don't want Lane Turner to have a touch.
Fair point, Drake. Fair point.
Water is wet, right?
Yeah.
Lane Turner tips Brooks Black's pass out of bounds. Into the ballgame, Cade Keller, the senior guard, checking in from Mac Mannion, along with Slade Hartwick and Gage Ballantyne, the 6'6" junior center, making his first appearance.
Man, want to compliment Mac Mannion there. He didn't do too much. A lot of times you see a young guy come in. It's still early enough in the season. We're not in conference play yet where they want to make that big impact. He facilitated. That was very strong.
Ballantyne couldn't corral the pass as Harrison Lane, the master lock, played great defense there. Jansky wide open in the corner of that 2-3 defense. Shot up no good, but rebound by Harrison Lane.
And there's been the story for most of the rebounding for the Eagles. Harrison Lane all season thus far.
Cade Watkins' shot gets stuck between the rim.
Call that the old Christmas shot.
So that should be a jump ball. Possession will stay with Vilonia.
And that is a big part of this game. I mean, I know these guys have been in the gym still. They've been outside shooting on their home basketball courts, but I say courts, the concrete. That's how it was for us.
Yeah.
But you get back into a gym after the big feast of yesterday. Give them a second to warm up.
Turner loses the handle. Brantley corrals it on the floor, and Lovelace will walk it up.
And you can see Quitman again. They don't look to push it again offensively. Looking to kind of run some offense or get a quick look in their half-court sets.
Just like that, off the half-court set, Zane Pierce ties the ball game up. Coach Pennell going to take a timeout. We'll be right back. We welcome you back. It's an 8A ball game here from the Beebe Holiday Classic, Vilonia versus Quitman. 3:27 remaining in the first quarter, guys.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Eagles got off to the good start offensively, couple of threes, but you saw Quitman, Drake, after the slow start, they've kind of settled into their offense, gotten a lot of good looks for them offensively.
Yeah, no kidding. They still have struggled to get the ball inside, but their ability to score from the outside, a couple of three-pointers they've knocked down so far on quick shooting, where the Eagles have failed to close out fast enough. That's got to be a point of emphasis coming out of the timeout for Russ Pennell.
Keller in the middle of Turner. Turner got cornered by Brantley and Ballantyne. Watkins gets to Harrison Lane in the corner, dumps it down to Turner. Turner looking to move in the lane. Strong move, no good. Rebound, poked out of bounds. Quitman basketball.
And now the Bulldogs have the ball in a tie game. Just inside of 3 minutes to go here in the first. An opportunity to take their first lead. I'm interested to see still, can they get the ball inside? If they're unable to do so, if they can't score in the paint, there's no way they can keep this game competitive long term. They're not good enough shooting from the outside.
Ballantyne trying to run the offense. Hands it off to Zane Pierce. Pierce floats it up. Keller taking the contact. It's going to be out of bounds off Quitman. As Jackson Hollis checking into the ballgame for Cade Watkins.
Well, there you go, Drake, right on the money. They tried to be aggressive and drive in.
They did, and Cade Keller set up for a screen, or a charge, I should say, right there. I thought it was a very good position, but again, the whistle's been mostly swallowed for both of these teams so far. Don't hate that necessarily, but just goes to show the Eagles aren't afraid to take a charge if you try to bring it into the lane.
Jansky corrals in the corner. Keller on the drive, dumps it down to Hollis. Hollis puts it up strong and finishes 10-8 now.
6'6", used all of it right there.
That's what you love seeing, him coming into the game, an immediate impact scoring for Jackson Hollis.
I don't know if Quitman could handle the Twin Towers look with Hollis and Turner.
I don't think so. If you use them at a high-low well enough, too, there's no stopping that. Hollis was 0 for 2 against Sylvan Hills, already on the board here today.
Brantley gets a screen from Ballantyne. Turner will switch on. Dumps it down to Ballantyne, to Lovelace. Lovelace looking to fire again. No good. Hollis corrals the rebound.
Good position on the rebound from Hollis, already making an impact.
Jansky from the corner, no good. Harrison Lane on the rebound, his second of the day. Tipped around, Keller comes up with it. Weird, unorthodox play there, but Keller puts it in for two.
The entire defense went controller off in the middle of the game there and let Keller just go up with it. We're talking about using the backboard, he didn't have to. Soft touch.
Did their batteries die, Drake?
I think that's exactly what happened. No one moved, and Keller puts it in.
On the drive, Slade Hartwick out to Lovelace. Lovelace will slow it up.
You know, Lane Turner drew about 3 defenders in the shot fake there, said, where's my assist? Got it to an open Jansky, who was a bit too open. Luckily, Lane there for the rebound.
Brantley, as the shot clock winds down, puts up a 3, and there'll be a foul on Harrison Lane. 1 second on the shot clock.
You know what? I think a lot of fans will be upset with that call. Here's why I'm not. Lane lost his footing as a defender and jumped up into the air. Even if you don't lean into him, if you keep your footing right there with 1 second on the shot clock, that kind of awareness, just keep your hands up and you're okay. The second he leaves the ground, he's made himself susceptible to a call just like that.
And that's been a point of emphasis for Coach Pennell. Stay on the ground.
Yeah,
you don't get blown by. In that case, you know he's going to shoot it, so maybe get in the air there, but you see it doesn't work out for you. It's Brantley makes the first one.
Yeah, I mean, as an offensive player, Brantley is trying to bait you because he's run out of time.
Right.
And it worked.
Brantley 2 for 2 so far, awaiting the third free throws. It's 12-10 Vilonia with 51 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Third free throw, no good. Lane had the rebound.
So the Eagles started slow against Sylvan Hills, ended up winning that game and effectively a blowout. Slow start again here with a 12-10 score.
Moving it around, 20 seconds off the shot clock. Keller trying to get it to Hollis in the middle. Jansky will take it. Keller gets to the middle, gets to Harrison Lane. He's a good three-point shooter. No good. Tipped to the bounds. It will be Eagle basketball.
Looked like Lane leaned into that ball a little bit too much. Didn't trust it quite enough and then shot it out instead of up.
And you won't see Harrison Lane shoot the ball very much. Shot one shot against Sylvan Hills.
Yeah.
Turner down low. Muscles it through. No good. But he got the foul.
By my count, these are the first free throws Vilonia will shoot in this game. We already talked about the size advantage. At this point, you should be on your 5th, 6th free throws.
Exactly.
Given the amount of opportunities you've given yourself inside. But the Eagles haven't done that to great success yet.
Turner makes the first. Eagles didn't shoot the ball very well from the free throw line, Drake, last week. Shot it around 50% as a team, 58% to be exact. Turner, no good. Tipped around. Ballantyne pulls it down, now gets it to
Lane
Pierce.
Turner.
9 seconds remaining. Keller will take one shot. Down to Turner. Turner working through the lane, lays it up and in. As time expires in the first quarter, Eagles up 15-10. Austin, go ahead and tell us about those sponsors.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and tell you about some of those sponsors. I'll give it a try. Not as good as Connor, but I'll do the best I can here for these sponsors. Our Diamond Eagle sponsors, Centennial Bank, Santa Cecilia, and Eagle Granite Marble. Our Platinum Eagle sponsors, Collier Roofing, D&N Construction, HSA Engineering, Lane Family Dentistry. Other Platinum Eagle sponsors, Linda Marie, Sims Electric, Vilonia Realty, and ZNE Trucking. Our Gold Eagle sponsors, B&B Siding Windows, CEA Cypress Valley Meat Company, Daniel Hudgens. Other Gold Eagle sponsors, El Rancho, Flying Sea Ranch, Gray Lane. Other Gold Eagle sponsors, Lawrence Family Hardware, Money Electric Company, Simon Roofing Restoration, Rideout. And our Silver Eagle sponsors, Bill Jones Real Estate, Harps, Simple Simons, Sweet House Donuts. Other Silver Eagle sponsors, Sioux Shock Insurance, the Ivy, Vilonia Chiropractic, Vilonia Family Pharmacy. And again, a big thank you to all our 2024-2025 season sponsors.
Now, Austin, I don't believe we have a sponsor of the game today, so thank you for doing that.
I try.
We'll say Drake Toll is a sponsor of today's broadcast.
Sure, Locked On Big 12. I'll take it. You mentioned, Connor, there that the Eagles didn't shoot very well from the free throw stripe against Sylvan Hills. Lane Turner was 8 for 11. He was the one exception to that. And again, who was the spark plug to start with the big three-pointer? Lane Turner. Who was the guy that got that last couple of buckets to go to give you the 5-point lead? In between the first and the second, Lane Turner. Keep getting him the ball. He's the kind of guy that should play 32 minutes a game.
And he did against Sylvan Hills. He had around 28 minutes, I believe, so didn't really come out of the ball game. Lovelace will control it. Quitman kind of a horn set.
Yeah, the last couple of possessions, they've gone kind of to that high post set for both the big men there.
Lovelace gets the screen from Gage Ballantyne, dumps it down to Zane Pierce. Brantley with it on the perimeter, looking to drive. Up and under, no good. Hollis's rebound tipped around to Jansky.
Same thing for Harrison Lane there. Keep your footing. If you get up off the ground, you give the how about that? Just tough. You can't even talk
Yeah.
when Lane Turner's got the ball off the break. Lane Turner does it again. But again, Harrison, you got to keep your footing right there. As long as you stay on the ground, you have a lot more autonomy to use your body.
Slade Hartwick gets a screen from Pierce. Off the double, dumps it to Pierce. 3, no good. Lovelace pulls it down. Floater from him, no good. Rebound, Jackson Hollis.
Yeah, not a high percentage shot on that three-point, but a good rebound, though. The Eagles, 7-point lead. The highest they've had today.
Turner, no good. Rebound on Brantley. You're talking about Lovelace. I had the luxury of playing with Jamari Lovelace in junior high basketball. He loves the little floater.
Yep. Buried himself into a corner. Good defense from Jansky. Oh, my goodness.
And he forced that pass over the top.
Yep.
Errant pass. Jansky on the move. Lays it up. Got tipped out of his hand, so say Eagle ball.
Now, my question is, and Harrison Jansky's another coaching point, why bring the ball down? Why cradle that ball downward? Why not keep that up? I know you don't necessarily have a ton of height to work with, but you've got a couple inches on Lovelace. Go up with the ball.
Exactly.
Keep it above your waist. Don't dip below. Instead of a foul and a couple of free throws there, now you're looking at the ball on the inbound.
Keller off the inbound. Bang!
Just kidding. Keep that ball below your waist. Get it knocked out of bounds so Cade Keller can hit a big three and give you a 10-point lead.
Just as planned, Drake. Just as planned.
Just exactly as Russ Pennell drew it up.
Pierce gets a ball screen from Gage. Ballantyne tipped away. Hollis on the move. Look out. Turner slams it home. Powerful jam. Lane Turner puts the lead to 12.
Now, Drake, I know it's early the day after Christmas. I feel like that might wake up some people around
He
here.
jumped from the free throw line through contact, slam it home, and that is an emphatic dunk from Lane Turner to put you up by a dozen. Fat Lady's not close to singing, but that's the kind of play that wakes up the Eagles and not the Bulldogs.
Ballantyne's shot is blocked by Hollis.
Great defense, Hollis. The impact he's had coming in huge off the bench.
You hear Coach Pennell's patented whistle to tell him what to do.
That's a D1 whistle right there. That's a March Madness whistle.
Watkins thought about the three, takes it, no good. Harrison Lane with his third offensive rebound. Great ball movement as Hollis gets it on the low block. Powers through, no good. Loose ball.
Look at Lane.
Keller for three. Just off and fighting for the rebound is Watkins and Hartwick. Jump ball will stay with the Eagles.
Man, I talk a lot about Harrison Lane getting up off the ground defensively. It's just because he's the grinder. The
Right.
guy's motor doesn't stop. He's not sitting to think about, oh, how should I technically play this? He is just going, and that's led to 4 rebounds already for Lane. That kid is something else.
Keller with the inbound.
And the one thing I will say also, the rebounding as a whole for the Eagles, been strong like we expected.
Turner, powerful move. Up 14 now are the Eagles. 4:55 remaining in the second quarter.
Yep, Quitman has not scored here in the second quarter yet.
They haven't been able to get the ball in the post, Drake, like you said.
No, look, we're 12 seconds into the shot clock, and they haven't gotten the ball even near inside the arc.
Lovelace to Ivy.
The lane's open, and no one's cutting.
Exactly.
No one's cutting. They are lost.
Slade Hartwick on the drive. Tipped away. Keller with it now. Keller. Rebound by Lane. Watkins puts it up.
Love it.
And in.
The power dribble right there with the left hand sets him up for that shot from the left side. Take it up, big man.
And again, the great hustle, Harrison Lane getting back there, being there for the rebound, the effort from him. Storyline here early on.
Yep.
Brantley, nice crossover into the lane, no good. Turner pulls it down.
You heard footsteps. That's Cade Watkins again. It won't go on the stat sheet, but if we could count footsteps as a stat, that's one of them.
Watkins looking for Turner off the roll. Finds Keller in the corner. Keller drives, floats it up. No good. Rebound. Cooper Cantrell. Lovelace takes a pull-up three. No good.
Go.
Turner on the move now. Turner dumps it down to Watkins. Wasn't expecting it. Gets blocked.
I'm not sure how that's Quitman ball. I don't know.
Yeah, I
in what
also
world
don't get it.
That's the call there. Kid comes up from behind and blocks it out of bounds, and you give him the benefit of the doubt for pushing the ball out of bounds.
Mannion checking in for Lane. Hollis checking out, Sutterfield checking in. Now we'll see Sawyer Valance come in as well for Lane Turner.
Yeah, I think Coach Pennell's kind of seeing, let's get a little bit of rest for guys. This final 3:25, you built up a 16-point lead. Let's get a little bit of rest so they get ready for the second half.
3:20 remaining in the half. 25-10 Eagles as Lovelace gets it to Cantrell.
I mean, once again, Drake, they're all the way out here, long into the shot clock.
Yep. And again, you're rolling fairly deep on your bench here if you're Vilonia. So to see these guys play with this intensity, two of which haven't touched the floor yet, and they're already 100%.
5 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Dumps it down low. Ivy with it on the perimeter. Shot clock violation. Just never really got into their offense.
Well, story of the game. They have struggled, especially in the second quarter, to get, and I say struggled, point of emphasis, they haven't scored in the entire second quarter. I'm not sure what kind of half-court set they're looking to get into, but they just seem confused.
Coach Josh Sensabaugh will talk that over with them during this timeout.
Dentistry, we provide many services such as Botox, dermal fillers, aligners to straighten teeth, implants, tooth whitening, and smile makeovers. We also treat sleep apnea. Call Lane Family Dentistry. We are a proud supporter of the Vilonia Eagles. Go Eagles!
And we welcome you back inside the booth. Connor Hudgens, Drake Toll, Austin Wader on the call today. 2:49 remaining. Eagles up 26-10. All the Quitman Bulldogs.
Another possession with Harrison Lane on the bench. Talk about defensive intensity. See how these guys step it up.
Valance gets it over to senior guard Keller. Quitman being very aggressive on defense as Lovelace steals it away.
Again, here you go. Stop ball. Who's going to take it with Lane on the bench?
Pull-up jumper by Lovelace is no good. Keller diving on the floor, but Cooper Cantrell picks it up. Lovelace gonna get a ball screen from Cantrell at the top of the key.
Right on cue. Here comes Harrison Lane to check in.
Black in the corner, drives on Mannion, puts up a jumper, air ball. Sutterfield pulls it down.
Boy, and the student section's giving it to him. Deafening in this place.
Yeah, and the one thing I like seeing from the Eagles especially, they're cutting off baseline a lot better than the last couple of games. You saw it from Mac Mannion there. Good job cutting off baseline.
Sawyer Valance down low, gets the bucket to go. Great move right there.
That's nasty.
Lovelace's pass is tipped away. Keller corrals it on the move. Keller gets fouled as he goes up. He'll go to the line for two.
And whatever Cade Keller puts down on this free throw trip, Mac Mannion should get an assist for.
Yep.
Spectacular deflection there, right into the hands of Keller. Cade goes on the fast break, and now a knockdown two.
And we've seen him, Connor, in the last couple games, the shooting off the bench that he provides, but great defense there, anticipating that pass.
Well, and Mac Mannion kind of been the spark plug the last couple games for these Eagles, coming off the bench.
And that ball went 75% down and found its way back out.
Harrison Lane gonna check in for Cade Keller, barring the made free throw. Keller goes 1 for 2 there on that trip. 29-10 Eagles.
And I think this is the last we've seen of Lane Turner here in the first half, and the Eagles have still not allowed a point with him on the bench for the last minute and a half, and haven't had a total issue scoring either. Shows how deep this bench goes.
Great communication by John Sutterfield, the junior forward off the bench. Cantrell, step back, swings over to Brooks Black. Now Brantley, the senior point guard.
10 seconds on the shot clock here.
Cantrell.
Lost.
And now you're all the way back out here with 5.
Cantrell trying to do something. Fadeaway shot blocked by Sutterfield.
That starts with Sutterfield's ability to switch on the screen.
Exactly.
Spectacular. Way to use his length, too.
Valance to Lane. Now to Watkins. Sutterfield trying to bang down low Off the knee of Sutterfield, it'll be Quitman ball. And he agrees. He said, yeah, it was off my knee.
And Sutterfield's one of those, Connor. We've seen him get some starting minutes early on, and he's come off the bench a lot more. You're hoping to see more and more minutes and more growth for him as the season goes along.
He's just a glue guy. He comes in and plays great defense. He's a hard screener. He doesn't expect to shoot the ball. He'd love to shoot it, but I mean, his role is to be a great defender and be a great screener.
And you don't know many players, Drake, that just know their roles on the team. You feel like you want to do everything, but guys that know what they can provide.
Good pick and roll there, Brantley to Jackson Ivey.
Those are the first points that Quitman has put up in the second quarter.
With 15 seconds remaining in the half.
Yep.
10 seconds off the clock. Valance on the left wing. Swings it over to Mannion. Now to Watkins from the corner. Puts it up. No good. Sutterfield tips it out of bounds.
Staying here. With .6. All right, something quick's got to go up here. And, oh,
right
my goodness.
Turner
Pennell heard me. Yep, here comes Lane Turner. I guarantee they're drawing something up.
For a lob for him, you think?
Get either a lob or a screen low, pop him outside. Yep, here it takes. Use the double screen. There you go.
The lob, puts up and in. Turner at the buzzer. Got it to go off the lob. Drake Toll called it. It's 31-12 at halftime.
Great call there, Waiter. You see there are two men on each block right here. You run that stagger. Lane Turner jumps up in the air, and there's nobody close to meeting him at the rim.
Yeah, perfect setup there, and great first half for the Eagles. We talked about it, Connor. How would they build off of that first conference win after so many close losses? 31-12 lead. They came out ready to play today.
Seems like they built it, Waiter. I mean, just incredible showing from the Eagles. We're going to take a break, come back after halftime, get a word from our beautiful sponsors.
Santa Cecilia Design and Eagle Granite is a family-owned company with years of experience. We strive to exceed our customers' expectations. Whether it's a new construction or a remodel you're looking for, Santa Cecilia Design and Eagle Granite has a large selection of granite, quartz, and marble to choose from. Contact us today at 501-835-1559 or come see us at 6136 Getty Drive in Sherwood, Arkansas. You can also scan below to follow us on Facebook and on TikTok.
A loyal supporter of Vilonia Athletics, Lena Marie's is located directly off Highway 64 West and offers hundreds of superior products under one roof. Your destination shopping spot for seasonal decor, boutique clothing items, and gifts from some of your favorite brands including Hobo, Willow Tree, Tyler Candle Company, and Aromatique. And don't miss our spacious fabric store covering all your quilting needs. Charlie's Corner offers a vast assortment of gear for the men in your life, offering everything from hunting boots to fine fragrances and everything in between. Charlie's Corner has something for everyone, including one of the largest selections of Hey Dudes in the South. Why leave Vilonia when you can find all the brands you love at Linda Marie's and Charlie's Corner? Go Eagles!
HSA Engineering proudly supports the Eagle student athletes. We would like to encourage all students to explore the STEM field, especially engineering, when considering a future career. Science, technology, mathematics, and even robotics are what make up the foundation of engineering, and engineering starts with education.
Vilonia Realty is family owned and operated in the heart of Vilonia. Johnny and Jackie Falks, Jill Bonema, and Jared Falks, all realtors and Vilonia alumni, serve the Central Arkansas area. Providing personal knowledge and years of experience, they keep your transaction flawless from start to close. Introducing the Eagle Loyalty Program. For every closed transaction through the end of 2024, Vilonia Realty will donate $250 to the school organization of your choice, including sports foundations, Beta, FFA, and more. You support local business, and together we support our schools. It's a slam dunk. Go Eagles!
Tim Nolan, the owner of DNA Construction, has been a proud supporter of the Vilonia Eagles for many years. Tim Nolan supports all sports in the Vilonia School District. D&N Construction has been in business for 19 years with over 27 years of experience in all areas of construction. Call D&N Construction today for all your commercial and residential needs. The Vilonia Eagles and D&N Construction, a winning team.
I'm Brian Lane. Lane Family Dentistry has been serving the dental needs of Vilonia for over 18 years. I live in the community, my kids go to school here in the district, and my family also attends church in Vilonia. This is my home. At Lane Family Dentistry, we provide many services such as Botox, dermal fillers, aligners to straighten teeth, implants, tooth whitening, and smile makeovers. We also treat sleep apnea. Call Lane Family Dentistry. We are a proud supporter of the Vilonia Eagles. Go Eagles!
When it comes to your roof, the cost of a repair or replacement can be overwhelming. You need a reliable team to address problems and prevent potential or additional damage to your property. If you have concerns about your roof, you can count on the Collier Roofing team to use their eagle eyes to not only evaluate it, but also develop a solution that's best for you. At Collier Roofing, we have over 50 years of combined experience. We are local, family-owned and operated business that strives to do our very best every day. From our team to yours, go Eagles!
And we welcome you back to the second half for the Vilonia Eagles versus Quitman. 31-12, the Eagles lead. Drake, what do you have to say about this first half and, kind of looking at what we did right and what we did wrong?
Yeah, Quitman unable to score more than one field goal in that second quarter is a big testament to the Vilonia defense, even by having a couple of the younger guys or the number twos out there, that second unit for Russ Pennell running the show. They were so effective in that last 3.5 minutes of the quarter. My key to the second half, here's what I really want to see. Hold Quitman below 30 points for this game.
Yeah.
So what you'll likely get into in the fourth quarter especially, you'll see sophomores or that third unit come out for the Eagles, and for Quitman maybe as well. Don't let it get sloppy. Hold them under 30. Keep that defensive intensity up. If they were to double their first half total, they're only sitting at 24. Don't let off the gas here. Again, you lost 4 straight games. You got right against Sylvan Hills. You got to get righter here.
Rider, yeah.
That's a word.
Yeah, I think that's a word as far as I know. But for me, to go along with it from a different perspective, another thing I want to see is also more confidence from some of these guys off the bench, Connor, to have their own offense, if you get what I mean by that. Kind of create their own offense if they need to, or whenever they go in the post to Wayne Turner, if they're going to be able to kick it out, can guys knock down the big three-point shots? I think if the Eagles can do that, along with the keys that Drake mentioned there, Eagles should have no problem here advancing to the semifinals.
Yeah, and I hope they can do that. They'll play Alma or Searcy. Searcy right around the 500 mark. Alma a little below 500 in their record. So hopefully we'll be able to see one of those teams. It'll be at 5:30 tomorrow if we win, 11:30 if we lose. Me, Sam Jansky. That's it for the broadcast tomorrow. But
Oh, no. That's a nightmare.
maybe Austin Wader at 11:30 if he can
I was about to say,
lose. But I
You
don't
only
think
have
we're going to
one
lose.
person to keep Sam Jansky in check.
yeah. Well, no, I mean, the Hudgens family will be here to help, too.
Good. Somebody hold him back.
That'll be Kyle's job tomorrow.
If you muted Sam's microphone, I don't think he would notice. He would just keep talking.
No, we've tried it before. Trust me. We tried it.
16 points in that first half for Lane Turner. He's right on the cusp. I don't think we'll see him in the fourth quarter based on how this game has gone, but he's on the cusp of another 30-piece today. A neutral site, no less.
Neutral site, but a place you play a lot, Drake, in the 5A Central Conference for the Eagles. So let's get used to this gym that we're ready for conference play.
True, and you said BB's got a pretty salty team this year.
Yeah, they're not bad, right around the 500 cusp. Holden Kirk transferred to East End, so he was their scorer last year, so they're trying to kind of replace him.
Not to mention their girls as well. A lot of talent coming in for the girls as well.
Jansky on the move, dumps it down to Harrison Lane. Lane just unselfish, kicks out to Mannion. Air ball, no good. Turner saves it in. It's going to be out of bounds. Quitman basketball.
Yeah, you got a 3-on-1 right there. Arguably a 4-on-1 as Quitman really didn't play with intensity.
No.
That's got to go in. That's why you work a 3-man weave in every single practice. And one day later, you run your last 3-man weave ever. You never knew.
Yep.
Hardwick on the drive. No good. Jansky pulls it down.
That's one of the better shots Quitman has gotten all game, and it wasn't a good shot.
Watkins on the low block, going to back it out.
I'm liking the speed of the passing too, Drake. Getting a lot of quick looks for guys.
Yep.
Turner top of the key to Mannion. Now to Jansky in the corner.
Watch on every pass. Talk about the motion offense, the circle motion. After you pass the ball, how do you cut? With what intensity do you cut? Eagles have slacked a bit here offensively early.
Mannion down on the low block to Turner. Over the left shoulder, no good. Rebound, Slade Hartwick.
Use the board. Shoe came off.
Stays Quitman basketball.
Yeah, and Drake, one of the things with this Eagle team, the third quarter has not been a strength for them most of the season to this point. You hope to see a strong third quarter here and not give Quitman any momentum to think they have a chance to get back in this game.
No doubt.
Brantley got the handoff off the inbound.
Well, you're already thinking about tomorrow. Tournament format,
Exactly.
3 games in 3 days. You think this one's in the bag, but there has to be that foot on the throat. Is that too graphic for Eaglevision?
No.
I've been gone for a while. Is that?
It's fine by me.
It's fine.
It's fine by me.
Foot
Don't worry
on the
about it.
gas. That
There,
seems a
okay.
little more
There you go.
appropriate.
Brantley had a step back 3. No good. Out of bounds. Eagles moving now. Watkins trying to go to the post. Hardwick not allowing it.
Good from Jansky.
Down low to Turner. The matchup in his favor, no good. Brantley going to pull it down.
That was Jansky coordinating guys, cutting them through, trying to get the ball to Turner, and here he goes with the steal.
Got
Jansky,
numbers.
Steal. Just left wide open, and he lays up and in.
Everybody's crashing on Lane Turner. They don't want the alley-oop right there, and that leaves Jansky wide open, lays it in.
Lovelace moving quick now. Unorthodox for his Quitman Bulldogs.
Oh, my goodness.
Jansky with a steal.
Go up with
Corrals it. Lays it up and in. Brody Jansky lead 23 now.
Wow, great hustle, Brody Jansky. And not only that, not being scared of the contact right behind him. A strong finish in transition.
Again, the first 2 minutes of this, wow, are you kidding me?
Lane with a steal now. Harrison Lane lays it up and in.
Where is the foul call? It's an intentional foul, and not that it should be called intentional, though he's trying to. Lovelace is trying to draw the foul.
Brantley gets the ball screen from Zane Pierce. Dumps it down low off the roll. Pierce, nice pivot foot, no good.
Still couldn't get it to go. I want to go back here to Harrison Jansky, who was commanding things offensively with the ball and then draws 2 steals. It felt like the pace of play that first 2 minutes of this third quarter were too slow for him, and he wanted to bring the tempo up. That's a senior guy saying, all right, if we want the tempo to go fast, I'll do it myself. Very strong.
Yeah, really great, strong finish by Brody Jansky there.
What?
You said Harrison Jansky.
How many are there? Can we slow down a little bit? They're rotating those like underwear.
Mannion.
Ethan Jansky in the corner.
Quitman gets their first points of this third quarter as 4 minutes, 30 seconds left. Jansky pivot foot, puts it up, gets fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
I'm liking the aggressiveness from Brody Jansky coming out in the second half, being aggressive, going to the basket, playing great defensively, going through the contact.
Yeah. It was Harrison Lane that lit it up. Like Lane Turner that lit it up offensively. Harrison Lane defensively. Now Jansky making a name for himself in the second half.
Kind of making his presence known as he's trying to push the pace. get some quick action going as the Eagles are up 23 now.
And he reminds me a lot of Hunter Neely. Neely never lit up the stat sheet. He could have. He knew he could have, but he didn't because he played good team basketball. And in the end, the Eagles were better off for it. That's a lot of what you get out of Jansky.
I love that comparison.
And Jansky, a great three-point shooter, just not seeing it today.
He's unselfish. He's really unselfish.
Pierce on the low block. Puts up the fadeaway jumper, no good. Offensive rebound, Ballantyne blocked. Going to be a foul call on Lane Turner.
I'll continue to wax poetic. Jansky, he's lost 8 inches on the guy, but he keeps his hands up right there. Guarding in the low post, forces a miss.
Show your hands, as I tell my Pee Wee team.
Show your hands. What you got to do, I don't know if you can do this anymore, you got to tie their hands behind their back during practice. Towel drill.
Can confirm they had to do that with me in Pee Wee several times.
Again, I'm not sure if you can do that anymore, 2024. But back in the old days, they tie your hands behind your back.
1 for 2 from the free throw stripe is Gage Ballantyne.
And I've got more toned legs for it.
Keller and Hollis check into the ball game for Watkins and Mannion. Both have seen starting positions this year, but came off the bench today to be little spark plugs. Dumps it down to Turner. Turner with a double team. Kicks out to Jansky for 3. No good, but Lane pulls it down.
Harrison Lane again on the boards for the Eagles.
Lane down to Hollis. Hollis gets triple teamed.
That is absurd.
Yeah.
That is absurd. Do they think he just
lay out there?
threw the ball out of bounds? Can we? Wow.
Okay, then.
Oh, no.
I get we're up 23 with 3:30 left to
Right,
play
but
in the
have
third.
some sort of control over the game. By the way, Quitman has outscored their entire second quarter output in the first 4 minutes of the third. 3-2.
Ballantyne, just a lot of block shots from the Eagles as Harrison Lane up
What a find.
on the break. Lays it in.
At the Don Owens, they call that cherry picking. In high school basketball, they call that a whole lot more hustle than the other guy.
Harrison Lane is really the Energizer Bunny for this team. He does it all. Brantley, pull-up jumper, all around no good. Ballantyne pulls it down, fade away, no good. And Harrison Lane on the rebound.
There's a whole lot of hustle down there from both teams.
Yeah,
Lane started it, Keller and Turner trying to finish it off.
Yeah, Harrison Lane falling to the ground, having the presence of mind to be able to try to get rid of it so he doesn't get the travel call. Good presence of mind there.
And the Quitman defender to tip it away. I mean, that's solid basketball down low. Solid hustle, at least.
Jackson Ivey, the 6'1 forward, checking in, trying to deny some of the Eagles' post presence as Keller lost the handle. It's still going to stay Eagle basketball, though.
Owen Brantley there, credit to him getting on the floor to knock that basketball out of bounds. You're down 25 points, showing that kind of intensity sends a message to the rest of your team if you're Quitman.
Keller with it off the inbound. Trying to get to Jansky. Back to Keller. Keller, backdoor cut to Turner off his foot.
It's a great setup there, Drake.
Yeah, no doubt. Great cut from Turner. We talk again, cutting with a purpose. And for Keller to see that, just goes off the knee of Turner. You and I have been there a time or two where you get so excited that you knock the basketball out of bounds. But nonetheless, a great setup and what could have been a great play.
Ivey's pass is errant and out of bounds. Intended for Zane Pierce. I thought I was calling a little football there.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what that was.
Maybe you want Zane Pierce throwing that ball, as he's a very good pitcher for the Quitman Bulldogs. Had a 4.31 ERA last year.
All right. Starter or reliever?
He's a starter.
Wow.
Their main guy.
Oh!
Hollis off the pick and roll and the foul. Jackson Hollis.
Both defenders crash on the ball. Hollis takes the perfect back step. To the hole.
That is how you run the pick and roll right there. Absolutely beautiful.
That drop step in. That is beautiful. You textbook. That's what you show the Pee Wee kids. Textbook.
Turner checks out and the Ginger Ninja checks in.
The assist there too, perfect.
And Drake, we got a comment says keep saying foot on throat. So I think you're good.
All right, good to know. Good to know that's allowed here. One thing to note here, you're up 42-15. If you want a teaching point, if you're Russ Pennell, free throws.
Absolutely.
And every practice, every guy's going to make 10 in a row.
Jansky taking it himself.
Oh, nice kick.
Ball movement.
Ball movement. Keller wide open. Take the shot.
Why not?
He does. No good. Rebound, Valance. Valance puts it up and in. Sawyer Valance, the offensive rebound in the bucket.
There's the hustle that Valance brings you off the bench. Great job sticking with it, and the finish.
Valance works harder than maybe anybody else on that floor. When he's in the game, he makes the most of it.
Keller pulls it down on the break, tipped to the bounds by Lovelace.
Waiter, I liken him a lot to your game. You weren't born with a silver spoon in the basketball court. You know, there are a lot of guys that are born with just natural athleticism, and maybe that's not Valance's case, but he works his way into the basketball game where you can't keep him off the floor. You were the same way from sophomore year to junior year, making sure that Tim Goers couldn't sit you at any point in the game. You had to be out there.
Well, thank you, Drain. I see that in him. I mean, he works so hard, has a great three-point shooting, too. And you're absolutely right, the hustle. He had that in the Vilonia tournament as he nearly gets that one to go.
Well, you can see, too, the way his teammates celebrate him. You know, when Lane Turner knocks down a three, you expect that. But for Valance to go in and earn hard baskets, his guys are behind him the whole way.
Just a little over 1 minute to play. 44-15, the Eagles up 29 as Valance's first run off, no good.
Yeah, I think you're right, Drake. If there is one thing Pennell takes away from this game, it is free throw shooting.
Yeah.
You gotta expect them to maybe look into more of that, work on their free throw shooting next practice or two.
Valance 1 for 2. Lead up to 30 now. We'll see the sportsmanship rule in play next quarter if the Eagles keep this 30-point lead.
I think Lovelace just kicked it out of bounds. Now after Vilonia, you can set up for the little. Run the shot clock down to about, well, never mind. You know what? Just kidding. No
Hollis
2 for 1.
Moved before he caught the basketball. Ace Sallin for the first time today, guys.
Good to see you, Ace.
The senior guard.
Yeah, and he's another one of those, kind of like Sawyer Valance, Drake. He's scrappy. works really hard defensively.
Yep. Spark plug.
They do look alike. If
They
Sawyer
do.
got a perm, they could be brothers.
They do.
Three-pointer airballed by number 25, Calvin Pierce. Harrison Lane going to slow it up.
Set up for the last shot here, and that's exactly what the Eagles will do.
Shot clock not in effect this play.
I mean, just take it all in. 5 points since that opening quarter.
Yeah.
Very impressive defensively for the Eagles.
It was 10-10 at one point.
Hollis, strong move, left, over the left shoulder, up and in. Lovelace moving quickly. 3, 2, 1 as Cantrell's three, no good. Hollis with a great contest. 47-15 in the third. Austin, let's talk about those great sponsors.
Yeah, let's talk about those sponsors, Connor. Again, thank you to all our 2024-2025 sponsors. We'll start with our Diamond Eagle sponsor, Centennial Bank, Santa Cecilia, and Eagle Granite Marble. Our Platinum Eagle sponsors, Collier Roofing, D&N Construction, HSA Engineering, Lane Family Dentistry. Other Platinum Eagle sponsors, Linda Marie, Sims Electric, Vilonia Realty, and Z&E Trucking. Gold Eagle sponsors, B&B Siding and Windows, CEA, Daniel Hudgens, Cypress Valley. El Rancho, Flying Sea Ranch, Gray Lane, other Gold Eagle sponsors. Lawrence Family Hardware, Money Electric Company, Rideout Lumber Company, Simon Roofing and Restoration. And our Silver Eagle sponsors, Bill Jones Real Estate, Harp's Hometown Fresh, Simple Simon's Pizza, Sweet Home Donuts. Silver Eagle sponsors, Sioux Shock Insurance, the Ivy, Vilonia Chiropractic, and Vilonia Family Pharmacy. And once again, a big thank you to our 2024-2025 season sponsors and our sponsor of the game, Drake Toll.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Austin, for listing off our great sponsors. But, guys, story of today's game, 5 points after the first quarter for these Quitman Bulldogs.
Yeah, when you talked about it, Drake, they just haven't been able to get really into a lot of good offensive sets.
No, and I want to go back to the point that was made going into the third quarter. Hold them under 30 points. I know that still seems very attainable, but if you let things get sloppy, especially when guys are coming in who are younger or have less experience, that's when you start to lose momentum. If you can keep Quitman in that 20-point range, that just shows how strong this Vilonia team is all the way down the bench.
Sal's pass tipped out. Lovelace.
And I appreciate this rule going into effect. Makes my job as clock keeper a lot easier.
Yep. Roll it.
Should be a short fourth quarter here.
Means I can get to the shorty smalls. There's open one up here in Beebe.
Yeah. Harrison Lane.
Or so the Facebook tells me.
Leaving Harrison Lane open from 3.
I like going inside the Hollis here.
Dumps down to Hollis. Bangs. No good. Lovelace pulls it down. And again, Quitman just slowing it up, trying to get their offense the way they like it.
Stay in the man.
Lovelace step back 3 is blocked by Harrison Lane. Valance on the move.
Wow. I see what he's going for, but he's got to realize it's Ace Sal.
And
it's not a big target to get to right there.
Full court bounce pass is really not what you're going to look at there.
No, not at all. And you can't really go over the top because, again, Ace Sal, as good as he is, not the biggest target in the world. Though on a football field, he becomes like 6'6".
Yeah, exactly.
That was the one game I got to go to this year was the Morrilton game. And I don't know how he kept getting open. I don't know how he does it. But it just, anytime you need a player downfield to throw the football to, it's Ace Sal.
Maybe you could have caught the over top ball there if you could throw it to him.
Maybe. 6'2" corner guarding Ace. Nah, ain't no thing.
Cross Graham in the ball game, the junior guard. First time today is the three-pointer up and good for Cooper Cantrell. Lead down to 29.
Quitman made 2 early three-pointers in that first quarter. That's their first tray since then.
Sutterfield. Now to Valance.
Again, this game was 10-10 at one point.
Credit to the Eagles. I mean, we talked about them stepping up and taking control of this game. They did it the rest of the way.
Cross Graham, hop step no good. Rebound Harrison Lane out to Valance. Just off the mark.
That's staying here, yeah, no doubt.
Eagles going to retain possession as Mac Mannion checking in.
Great jump stop from Graham right there, too. You don't see that very often. It's a lost art in the game. Beautiful jump stop. Went up strong. It didn't go, but I like that take.
Sutterfield gets the inbound, now to Cross Graham.
It's tough to do as a high school player, too. That
Valance.
Valance.
Going to be on the floor. No free throws for Sawyer Valance off the great pick and roll.
That jump step's tough.
Sophomore Colton Bragg checking in for Sawyer Valance now.
And how about some great minutes from Sawyer Valance there, rightfully to getting an applause, doing it all with phenomenal hustle.
Cross Graham rejects the screen. Bragg in the corner. No good.
Valance has proven he's a player that Coach Pinnell can trust. He's done that all season, not just today, but it reemphasizes that when he goes out there, he's not going to make mistakes.
He got put in against Nevada Drake, had 5 offensive rebounds in a row.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
In the same play.
And Nevada's good. Nevada's very good. That score is sneaky because that's a perennial program down in the 1A. And those schools are playing basketball year-round.
Exactly.
They start in October, end in April, May.
Most of them start in July. They have no football to worry about.
Cross Graham on the break. Up to Sal. Sal, left-hand layup, no good. Mannion with it now. To Cross Graham, he'll reset.
You got a couple of those football guys. Oh, good pass. That's got to be a foul call. You got a couple of these football guys here on the basketball floor now. You've got time. This is 4 weeks in. You've had time to acclimate. This is the kind of tournament where you gel as a team. 3 games in 3 days is not easy.
It's not easy, and the girls have it even harder. They're playing 5 games in 3 days straight down in Duncanville.
Yeah. Excited for them, though. Again, the injury bug has taken what was going to be a magical non-conference and made it very tough on Jeremy Simon and company, but I believe that's the kind of grit that when you get in the state tournament, it's going to make them so good.
Step back 3. Peyton Pierce, no good. Patrick Harper, the senior leader. Rebound.
Big Pat. It's a good board right there.
And a timeout for Coach Pinnell. I was going to say a running timeout. Just want to get Jaden Holloway, the sophomore, in. There's 3:10 left. Eagles up 47-18.
Yeah, and we wondered after that Sylvan Hills game, the thing we asked Lane Turner post-game, Connor, was how can you guys take this into this BB tournament?
Yep.
And he said, we got to take it one game at a time and get off to a good start. And they got off to a good start, and they have rolled with it all the way through here, Drake. And you wonder if they can continue to build it throughout the rest of the tournament.
Senior Patrick Harper with the circle cut. Got the layup, 49-18.
Big Pat. That's intensity.
Brooks Black, sophomore guard who started, layup no good. Peyton Pierce pulls down the offensive rebound. Swaffer with it.
And slow it down a little bit. Now the goal becomes hold them under 20.
Down low to Holloway. Now to Graham. Now to Bragg. Bragg hits the three. Nothing but the bottom. Colton Bragg extends the lead. 52-18.
I'm going to steal a saying from Sam, Connor. When it's your night, it's your night. But when it's your afternoon, it's your afternoon.
Welcome to Fort Bragg.
Colton Bragg, the sophomore, coming off the bench. Missed the three in the corner off his inbound play.
Only critique, we got to get him some goggles. The glasses are, we got to get him some hardcore.
Go with some James Worthy.
Yeah, some goggles. Ooh. Hello, where's that kid been? Oh, he's just caught the ball out of bounds. Oh, he shot that from behind the basket.
Jackson Varville, the senior, misses the layup, gets the rebound.
I don't even know what that was.
This is his time to shine, Dre.
Yeah, I mean, he should have had that guy in. He's got more points than anybody else in the roster now.
Quitman only with 20 points.
That's sarcastic, but it's almost not.
Graham working on the perimeter. Finds Holloway off the pick and roll. Holloway looking to throw it back out.
Go up strong with that big man.
Harper, shot fake, floater, up, no good. Rebound, pulled down by Christian Broadway.
Look at that, the cutoff shirt. Yeah, that's some scissors work right there.
That's great scissors work.
With the undershirt, that used to be a short sleeve. He said, nope, tank top.
Farville shot no good. Tipped around, Swaffer pulls it down. 50 seconds remaining, 52-20, Eagles. Harper to Bragg. Eagles not straying away from what Pennell wants them to do. Still doing the circle offense. They're not bowing down. After you're up 32, they're still doing what he wants to do.
And this is as tense of basketball as we've seen all day.
Swaffer's layup is good as he drives the baseline. 54-20 now.
Boy, the plus minus for this five is going to be insane. They'll be the best graded group of the whole day.
Now, I can't do that math right now, but we'll see it later.
Ooh. Oh, what a steal.
Steal by Graham.
And they keep the dribble wise on the ground.
You're seeing the future right now. You're seeing the future.
Graham stood away from Christian Gaddy as time expires here. And the Beebe Holiday Classic, the Eagles are moving on to the semifinals. 54-20, Eagles win.
Man, a great performance from the Eagles. A little bit of a slow start after a really good start. They let Quitman hang around, but he talked about it, Drake. After it was 10-10, Eagles never looked back.
Yeah, the first quarter, Quitman puts up 10 points, and the next three quarters combined, they put up 10 points. This is a lot about the Eagles' ability to turn it on. Yeah, you had a huge Christmas day yesterday, a big meal, I'm sure, for a lot of these guys, but as soon as that wore off, this wasn't a ball game anymore. Non-competitive, that's your goal. After, again, the 4-game losing streak, now you can start to build a winning streak. The Sylvan Hills win is bigger than this one, but this is a get right, but get right or continue that momentum. I think they did it today.
Absolutely.
They did a great job of, just playing defense, as we said. 10 points in the second, third, and fourth quarter combined. Eagles held Quitman to 20 points, and you can't be even happy. You can't be. What am I trying to say here?
Unhappy? Is that where you're going with that?
You can't be too happy. The Eagle team.
The only thing, again, we talked about free throw shooting might be the only thing Pennell takes away from a game like this. But yeah, you want to talk about getting some momentum, Connor. Perfect timing after this. You're getting into the heart of conference play.
Yes.
You start that grind in conference play. Getting some wins like this are going to be big.
Not so fast. Got to finish this up.
Yep.
Semifinals tomorrow at 5:30, awaiting the game of Alma and Searcy to decide who they'll play. It's been a great one here today. Eagles win 54-20. I'm Connor Hudgens, Austin Wader, Drake Toll, Kyle Hudgens.